What happened while we were away brought to you by some good news on inflation. Inflation signals for the month of February were flat, according to a new report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. At the White House, President Trump reacted.
To speak of inflation, I love these socks. What's with these socks?
It's in honor of the peace talks.
I'm trying to stay focused, but I'm very impressed with the VP's socks.
Trump also had this to say about Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
And Schumer is a Palestinian as far as I'm concerned. You know, he's become a Palestinian. He used to be Jewish. He's not Jewish anymore. He's a Palestinian.
Speaking of Schumer, he's playing a game of chicken with the government shutdown and the continuing resolution.
Republicans do not have the votes in the Senate to invoke cloture on the House CR.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the United States is well within its rights to deport that pro-Hamas agitator at Columbia University by the name of Mahmoud Khalil.
When you come to the United States as a visitor, which is what a visa is, we can deny you that visa. You tell us when you apply, hi, I'm trying to get into the United States on a student visa. I am a big supporter of Hamas, a murderous, barbaric group. And if you tell us when you apply for your visa, and by the way, I intend to come to your country as a student, and rile up all kinds of anti-Jewish student, anti-Semitic activities. I intend to shut down your universities. If you told us all these things when you applied for a visa, we would deny your visa. I hope we would. Once you're in this country on such a visa, we will revoke it. And if you end up having a green card, not citizenship, but a green card as a result of that visa while you're here in those activities, we're going to kick you out. It's as simple as that. This is not about free speech.
According to Politico, former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is not running for Senate in Michigan. Politico hinted he wants to run instead for president in 2028. The EPA and Administrator Lee Zeldin announced what they described as the biggest day of deregulation in American history yesterday, slashing various Biden green policies.
Among many other actions, today's momentous day also includes the 2009 endangerment finding, along with all actions that rely on it. I've been told the endangerment finding is considered the holy grail of the climate change religion. For me, the U.S. Constitution and the laws of this nation will be strictly interpreted and followed.
The man who tore down that statue to Baphomet at the Iowa State Capitol a couple of years ago, Michael Cassidy, received some good news this week. His lawyer and a guest on this program, Davis Yance, announced this week by a 2-1 vote a Navy board found that tearing down that satanic idol at the state capitol was not an extremist act in violation of Navy policy and retained Cassidy in the United States Navy. Former pastor Stephen Lawson submitted a lengthy apology this week and stated he's repenting of his sins informally under church discipline. Lawson admits to carrying on a, quote, sinful relationship with a woman. And finally, something we missed. Back on February 18th, Pfizer's notorious horse doctor, Albert Bourla, joined CNBC. A quick refresher, Bourla is the CEO of Pfizer, but his formal training is as an animal doctor because people like Bourla and the big pharma cabal called things like ivermectin horse paste. We're well within our rights to call Bourla a horse doctor. CNBC asked Bourla about the litigation protection racket his and other pharmaceutical companies enjoy.
I realize it's only one piece of a broader portfolio, but it is the piece that continues to get outsized attention, and that is your vaccine portfolio. Vaccine makers like yourself, largely shielded from liability. If the products are safe and effective, what is the need to continue to shield, to have these liability shields? And what happens if those shields are changed or go away completely?
If the product is not safe and effective, we'll never get approval from FDA or from the other health authorities. They are very strict when they are approving products, particularly for vaccines, because exactly is given to healthy people. However, in a system that litigations can flourish, anyone can create a demand that the accident in the car happened because of a vaccine. And with a jury, it's going to be maybe a flip of a coin. And this is, I think, why the Congress, it was not an administration, had passed this legislation that is protecting those that they have approval from the FDA from further liabilities.
And that's what happened while we were away.